Angela, I didn't get a pop-up either for the breakout rooms, so I still haven't moved into a breakout room. I'm in
Okay,
first grade.
first
Okay.
grade, no problem. I can move you there.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, Ange, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. My screens are like I'm moving stuff, but I don't know why it keeps switching all my stuff around. Thanks for letting me know. Do you know
Yeah.
what?
Um, no, I would just keep your
I'll
Zoom on one screen.
Yeah, I will. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I moved my. I'm afraid to move this back. Okay, I'm moving this back over here.
You can always stop sharing right now and then re-put it up and I can let you know.
Okay, so am I sharing?
Right now you're sharing the navigation guide.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
So weird. I think it's just when I move to other screens, it follows me. That's probably what it is. Okay, so am I not back yet?
No.
Oh, stop share. Okay.
I'm probably going to give him a little longer than 7 minutes
Okay.
because that was a big task.
Yeah. Okay, here I am.
Good job, ladies.
Well, thank you. I don't know how good it is. Thanks, Ange. It's a little crazy. I keep taking them somewhere else. So now am I on the right screen?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. Angie Godfrey, why I keep jumping screens? Is it because I moved to a different one of my things?
I have
Like,
no idea. I don't know what you're doing on your side, so I
well, I
don't.
have my 3 screens open, but I'll move to a different one to kind of just, okay, let me just double check this.
Yeah, don't move. Just
But like now, did it switch screens?
no.
Okay. Because I just have my notes up on this, on my other one, but it seems like sometimes when I move, it switches all of them.
Angie, I just took attendance, but I didn't know how to add those cool check things, so I just copied and pasted them.
That works too. It's under insert, under your options under insert, there's check boxes as one of your things.
Oh, yep, now I see it.
Yep.
I'm learning every day from you, so thank you. Oh.
Well, I forgot to remind you to hit record. So it's recording now, but we missed that whole first section. So we'll just have to apologize.
Oh, you know what? I thought of that, but I was like, oh, Angie always does that. I
Mhm.
should have asked.
Yeah, I forgot. It happens.
And I am too busy switching my screen. So I didn't even think about it. Okay, so we've got to hustle.
I think you just cut out maybe some of the sharing of the resources and let them explore it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna show them where they are and let them explore. I will I'll take it fairly. The sort I think is gonna be fast. We'll kind of might stop sharing my screen for a second because I want to show them the book I got these from. And then I'll get back in and I'll do kind of a short explanation on the sort and the other stuff, and then we'll go into the work. So
Okay, do you know what time you sent them off?
at 5:25-ish. So we've been about 7 minutes right now,
Okay,
maybe 3 more. Or do we need
I'll
longer?
watch the time, it just turned, so in 1 more minute, I'll give them 1 more minute countdown.
Yeah. Cause there are only, I mean, there are a lot of slides, but there's only like 2 or 3 per grade level, I think. Well, maybe a little more. Yeah, but they're short. I mean, they're the same ideas.
All right. All right, Carol, they'll have 1 minute, okay?
Okay.
We have 32 participants.
Hey, it says Susan Chandler entered the waiting room. Is that coming back? Okay.
She
It's
must
not-
just be joining though for the first time.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw her name earlier, but okay.
I didn't have her for attendance.
Oh, okay. I did see her earlier. I wonder if she's having a hard time getting in and connected. And Angie, 32? Okay.
33 now, but
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
No, not
So how did you guys, what did you guys think about the starters? Were they ones that you think you might use in your classrooms? You guys,
Yes, I like them.
did you like them? Okay, I'll just show you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen really quickly so you can see me. But this is the book. This is John Sangiovanni, Daily Routines to Jumpstart Math Class. I think it's coming in fuzzy. But there's one of these for lower grades. Sorry, elementary, middle school, and high school. So that link is in your in the navigation guide as well. And I know that's fuzzy. Okay.
Carol,
Yeah.
this is Shelley. I stuck a link in the chat box for my group, but I don't know if anybody's familiar with Mashup Math, but I've used those a lot as starters.
Uh-huh.
Some of them are more of the low floor, high ceiling in the sense of like being a little bit more flexible. Some of them are a little bit more geared to a specific kind of math. But all of us in our high school agreed that as much as I love his book, it's too hard for some of our kids that super, super struggle conceptually to do some of those starters. And so we have to kind of go down to the middle grade level
The
to
middle
try to
grade.
get them to succeed and come back up. Yeah.
Okay. That's good, helpful. And then the math up mash, you're talking about John Sangiovanni's book. But then the
I
math
like his book, but yeah, Mashup Math
is another
it's-
resource that you like.
is a really, yeah, there's some free and then there's some you have to pay for, but it's like $30 for a whole entire year. And I have utilized it. Like usually, I don't resubscribe after a year, but I've utilized this one for years now, a lot, and it's fun. So I really I can show it later if there's time, but I really like that one.
Okay, yeah, we'll have you do that. And will you put that link again? I don't know if it got out
Yeah.
to everybody, but do you mind putting that in again, Shelley?
I will. And it's actually K-8. So all of the teachers, he's got K-2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8 level work. And that's nice too for ACL stuff because sometimes you got to take a kid that low.
Yeah, kind of go back a little bit. Thanks so much, Shelley. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen. Let me see if I have the right one. Okay, this is it, I think. Okay. Thank you for your insight. I'm gonna skip through these fast. Sorry, let me get to my next. All right, so our next thing I want to talk about, we kind of we want to bring this mathematics teaching framework to the forefront of some of the stuff we do with the stuff that we do with ACL. So some of you may be familiar with it, some of you may not, but we're going to start with doing a little sort. After we do that, we're going to talk about the framework. So on the sort, here's what you guys will do again. Just take a minute, and you know what, actually, yeah, let's see. Take a minute to look through these, and I'm just trying to make a call on time. Maybe we could just talk about them instead of going to, what do you think, instead of going back to the breakout rooms? No, I think we'll be okay, actually. I'm sorry, I'm going to send you back into the breakout rooms for just a minute, but here's what you're going to do. There are a set of slides that Angie, will you throw those in the chat too, so they can get to them fast? We're going to have
Yep.
a set of slides that you guys can edit. On the slides, you'll see breakout room number 1, and then right below it is a picture just like this. What we want you guys to do is just sort these, the white little explanations, either in unproductive beliefs or productive beliefs. And just kind of take a look at those, go through them together, see which ones you think may be productive or unproductive. And on the slides under your room, breakout room, just sort those really quickly. And then we'll come back and talk about that. Angie put the link in the chat. You're going to work with your group. Oh, and some of them, it's kind of a tight space, so you might have to tilt some of them to fit them all in. Okay. Everybody understand what we're doing on this one? It should be pretty fast. We'll take about 5 minutes to do this. Okay. So go ahead and go back to your breakout rooms again. If you can't see them, it's probably click the more, and I can tell you, or Angie, can you tell us does everybody know their rooms? Everybody good with anybody new come on that maybe doesn't know? Okay, go ahead and go to your breakout rooms. We'll help anybody get there that maybe doesn't know where to go.
Susan, do you need help getting to a room?
Do we have anybody else that didn't get there?
I'm just waiting to hear back to see if I can hear from Susan,
Okay.
and then I can move her.
And maybe she's just having a hard time getting connection. I'm wondering.
Do you know what grade level she's in? And I could move her.
I know it's elementary. I would say 4th or 5th, but I am not 100% sure.
Okay.
Okay, so tonight, note to self, we kind of I did too many breakout rooms, like back to back to back.
I'm taking notes for you.
Okay.
I'll watch the time, but I'm gonna go join a room real quick.
Okay.
Espérate, Dad, cuando termino hablo contigo.
Okay, guys, we popped in on a couple of rooms. How do you guys feel? Do you feel like you could tell the difference or which ones were productive and which ones were unproductive? What was kind of the gist of everything? What tends to work better with
think- I
students?
think one of the things I got out of it was that the learning process is as much or more important than actually what they come out of it with, what math they learn. It's how they
Oh.
do it. And
Okay, so that reasoning thinking process is as big as the content that they
Yeah.
get. Is that what you're saying? I like
better
it.
said, thank you.
I have one to share.
Yeah,
That the teacher is more of a facilitator and the kids are doing the problem solving and she's just got, or teacher's just guiding them.
yeah. I think I've talked to with some of the people I coach, and we really talk about who's owning the knowledge, who's really owning it. Are the students owning it, or are we kind of owning it and giving it to them? And that shift into having the students own it and being more of that facilitator is huge. Yeah.
So Carol, in our group, we were only half joking about the one that says the role of the teacher. is to engage them in problem solving, right? Versus the role of the teacher. I don't remember where it is. An effective teacher, somewhere where it's like it shows them step by step. I don't
Like
remember
the
where that
role
is.
of the teacher
Oh,
tells students exactly what
well,
definition. That
so
one,
it
or
says we know that's what we want to be, but the one that says an effective teacher makes it easy for them to understand by guiding them step by step through and ensuring they're not frustrated or confused. I was like, that's what my students think my job is.
yeah.
I'm a high
And-
school teacher and I'm going to make them sort the slides. I made a copy of them and we're going to have
Yeah.
a conversation about actually my job is on this side because they
Yeah.
believe that the unproductive beliefs are my job. They really do. And they get mad at me when I won't do it the way they think I'm supposed to be
that
doing
you're-
it.
Well, and in all honesty, don't you think traditionally that's probably what they've had? Not because we're awful teachers, but because we are compassionate teachers and we're like, oh, we want to help you so much that we
Mhm.
help them too much. But I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like Rebecca said, I do the same thing. We fall over there because we want to help them or because they've hit their frustration point. And because as much as we want to teach concepts, we still get stuck with, I must cover the content and the standards somewhere in all of this reasoning too.
Yeah.
It's never a perfect balance.
It's kind of that disequilibrium we're always in to figure that out. But yeah, I think I think there's always going to be times that we're going to be more helpful than we should be. But I think you're right. Once we've hit, sometimes we hit that breaking point where we have to kind of come in and help. But the more we can help them to help themselves to kind of to reason through on their own, that's truly the better help that we're giving. Yeah, I like that. Okay, thank you guys. Anybody else have any comments? All right, so this news, I'm really proud of this slide that I made. So when you see it, I want you to ooh and ah because it's pretty amazing. Look at all the stuff I put in here. Look how amazing that is. I don't know how many of you guys have heard. I wonder if my volume's too loud. Sorry. I'm going to mute that for a second. If you've heard about the mathematics teaching practices. So we talk about the student practices, but there are also teaching practices. And this is one thing that we decided on in our AcL group that we really want to make this our overarching focus for the rest of our time together. We really want this to be the shift that we're making into like getting out of the habit of those unproductive beliefs and shifting over to these productive beliefs. So take a few minutes, I'm going to give you just a few minutes to kind of read through those quickly. And then we're going to kind of use those when we do our taking action in just a little bit. So take a minute, I'll give you a minute, I'll be quiet, kind of read through those. Okay, are we good? Did I give you all a little bit, enough time to look at those? So tonight, I'm going to move to our next slide. As we go on to taking action, there's a couple of different options that you guys will have today. You can look at, we wanted to go back and kind of revisit everything we've learned so far and give you opportunities to work where you need to work at this point. So we looked at task 1 is kind of back at planning with the standards. So look at those priority and supporting standards for your unit, map out your standards wall, determine any prerequisite skills that might need to be taught. So you could do that for an upcoming unit, or you know, if that's where you're at, that's the thing that you can work on. While you're working on that, I just want you to kind of keep those 8 practices in mind. So when you're thinking about anything that you're doing, kind of keep those 8 practices in mind. Task 2 tonight will be incorporating starters and vocabulary. Maybe you're pretty solid with your standards and your standard walls and getting those prerequisites in. So we want to give you the time to use your resources to find different starters that you could use with your planning. Maybe look up Shelley, was it the math mashup? Maybe look up math mashup. And I might have you show us that at the end for a little bit. Maybe we'll come back a little bit early so you can show us, or
Sure.
maybe actually before might be better.
Right.
You can look at what vocabulary would be crucial for your unit and what you would put in for the vocabulary. Shelley, could you show us, like, could you do a quick rundown in about a minute or 2, you think? Is that too fast?
No, because I think you can explore when
mute,
you're in
unmute.
when you're in your groups, you can explore. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, it's me. Sorry. There we go.
All
It's
right.
because I turned off the sound.
Sure. Can I screen share? Are you okay with that?
Yeah. Let me stop
Okay.
and you take over.
If you're on the member dashboard, which I honestly don't know what it looks like when you haven't signed in, they always have a quote, they always have a joke, so that's kind of fun. And then they always have like silly holidays, and these are some of the freebies that you can get, or things by the month. I don't usually live down there, but holiday themed, if you just need something, these are great for subs, just saying. But the puzzle libraries are where I spend a lot of my time, and you can see K to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8. So for order of operations, if you download one, the students need to figure out what each one is. So I don't actually hand these out on paper. I just do a screen capture of this and put it on a slide and project it at the front of my classroom. I always print a few and keep them for subs though, because it's nice. That one's a little bit less open-ended, if you will. There are right or wrong answers, but they have an entire library of which one doesn't belong, which once you've exhausted the which one doesn't belong website, these are nice. And they also have, they call them Think, Notice, Wonder, but you'll see like elementary grades, which one doesn't belong. And they have a sentence stem. I believe A, B, C, D doesn't belong because.
Nice.
And I really like those because we know we like which one doesn't belong. The other one I use a lot is the Notice, Wonder, and Two Truths and a Lie is also really fun.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, you can, if you're looking specifically for like something with lines and angles, because you can't maybe kind of want to lead into your lesson a little bit, then you're looking for 4s in these numbers here. But this is a great one. You can actually download it and give it out, and they can write if you're trying to encourage writing in math, or you can just capture the picture and just talk about it as a notice and a wonder. Same thing. So you can get vocabulary in here because this is an array in real life and things like that. And you can use these however you need to for your grade level. So it's a fun one to just explore. I don't know how much you can see without logging in, but you can get an idea of what they have there. So is that fast enough?
Yeah, that was perfect. Thanks, Shelley. I appreciate that. Okay, so let me go back to sharing really quickly. I wanted to just remind you, let me get the right things up here. When you, whatever you're doing, if you're deciding to work on the standards or if you're working on the starters and vocabulary, if you look at our navigation guide, our resources are right here. All the resources on the left-hand side kind of have to do with standards and the navigation, sorry, not the navigation guide, standards and prerequisite skills. The resources on the right are more starters and vocabulary, and then the one that Shelley showed us would be great too. But I want to show you when we linked, it's kind of doing the same thing that it's done before. So it's just giving you the whole file. like on the starters, I think the best one to use is this resource, and it has all the links in it, so you could just kind of breeze through those and look through them and see which ones are helpful. And that's the same on there's the which one that doesn't belong that Shelley talked about. This Jumpstart, I think each of these is it might be a link. I think it might be a video. So I don't know if those will be resources or videos, but you can check those out. And then the vocabulary resources are the same thing. You just kind of have to click on that, and it has a few different things that you can look at. Okay. And then you can also look, I mean, the pre-session slides gave you a lot of different, for January, gave you a lot of different games and stuff for the vocabulary. So we have about at 6:25, we're gonna come back and just do our closing business. So if you guys want to go ahead and go to your workout, or not workout rooms, breakout rooms, you'll have about 25 minutes to just decide what you want to work on. If you decide you want to just work on your own, you can pop into one of the open rooms, 8 through 15, and work on your own there as well. Okay. So any questions before I send you, before you go to your breakout rooms? Pretty good idea what to do. Okay. Go ahead, and we'll just be popping in back and forth. So if you see us and you have a question, go ahead and ask us, or we're just kind of, we like to listen to what you guys talk about. All righty. Okay. See y'all in a bit. Does anybody need help with finding their breakout room?
Once again, I need help. I didn't get the pop-up. This is Zuma.
Okay.
I'm in first grade.
First grade. Okay, we'll put you there.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Carol,
Su-
I'll start at the I guess at room 13 and move down.
Okay. And is everybody in? So Zulma, this must be an
She's-
extra one.
She's on twice.
Okay, so that's just an extra. Okay, and it looks like Susan got in. Okay, so I'll go at the bottom. I'll go 1 and move up. Sound good?
Perfect. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Susan, do you know which room you're supposed to be in? Let me see if I can find it.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I've had a hard time with technology tonight. We've got a bad storm going on.
Where are you
I'm
at?
in Bear Lake. So I couldn't get it to work in my classroom and I've had to drive home and I've been in whiteout conditions. So I've been listening. I just couldn't participate.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It is a rough night. So let me see if I can find.
I'm kindergarten, first grade. If you could move me over
Okay.
to there.
That
Thank
would
you.
be room 1. Okay. Oops. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, ladies. Are we still on?
All right. We're all back. I was in a big discussion with somebody else and got back late myself. Okay, you guys, for the closing, couple of things that we need to do. First of all, we have the self-assessment survey. It's the one you took earlier this year, kind of just looking at your ideas about how you think about some of the things that we're talking about. So if you would take some time to complete that, if you can do it tonight, great. If not, just kind of take that when you can. The one thing we would love if you did tonight is the January collaboration exit ticket. It just gives us feedback on how we can help you better. So we love it when you guys do that exit ticket for us. So if you could complete that tonight, that would be fantastic. The self-assessment survey would be great too, but if you need to take a couple days to do that, that would be great. That would be fine. Don't forget to sign up for the Zoom link for next session and work on your action goals when you have some time. Oh, sorry, I have the collaboration exit ticket twice in there. Next month's pre-session will come out on the 23rd. It's all about creating engaging tasks. And so make sure you watch those slides. That has some great information on them. And then we'll be ready to work on the Zoom in February, February 6th at 5 p.m. Remember here, there is a link to the teacher stipend requirements. I hope it's on your navigation guide. Yep, the link is on your navigation guide as well if you want to make sure you're meeting those requirements to get your stipend. Do we have any questions or comments before we go tonight?
I just wanted to jump in really quick and say it was really awesome hearing a ton of your conversations at the end. You guys are all doing amazing work, and this is tough work. It's hard and nice coming back after the new year. So I just wanted to let you guys know, thanks for being here, and hopefully you're getting some really good, tangible things out of these meetings. And anything you want to share with us in the exit ticket is super valuable for Carol and I. So we appreciate that too.
Yeah, I second that. I loved hearing all the cool things. Every breakout room I went into, I got to listen in on some of the really cool things you guys are doing, and you guys are doing great work. So way to go. All right. Well, it is, I'm letting you out a minute early, you guys. So enjoy that 1 minute and enjoy the rest of your month. And we will see you on our next Zoom in February.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, yes.
I'm just seeing the date. That is my husband's birthday, and I'm wondering if this is going to be recorded that we could still get the information, or is it something that I really
Yeah.
need to do?
Yeah, in fact, I can show you really quickly where, let me just show you where you can get that. I was talking to some other people about it. I just got to move my stuff a little, whoops, a little bit. If you type in, can you guys all see my, I'm still on the right screen, right? If you type in ISU RMC, it'll bring you to, sorry, I'll move this again, the Regional Math Center for Idaho State. And we are this catching up from COVID. And if you look on the collaboration strand, that's where we put all the videos. So this month we just have the pre-session, but if you look in November, see there is the pre-session, and then there's the actual in-person session. So that's where you can find those. It might take a few days to get those loaded, but that's where they'll be.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
One other thing I'm going to promote really quickly, several groups I talked to talked about this building thinking classrooms. We are doing, there is a building thinking classrooms class starting January 24th. So if you guys are interested, register. I think it's if you are interested and it doesn't let you register, let us know. Reach out to one of us because there is a little bit of weirdness with signing up, but there's room in the class. So anybody those of you who were talking about it, if you're interested in that, that's where you can get to that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Carol,
Thank you.
with
Yes.
that, I know you and I have already emailed back and forth. Do I need to do anything else with that, or am I good to go?
No, you're good to go because you emailed me. Anybody else, if you get in and it won't accept you, reach out to us and I will get the information to Marcy Reddish, who is teaching that, so that we can get you in. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Mhm.
another question, sorry.
That's
Oh,
okay.
somebody else is trying to talk.
You go
So
first.
teaching mathematical thinking, which I have not taken yet. I was planning to do the June in
Mhm.
person in Idaho Falls. And I've seen this TMT plus. Is that something I need to have taken the other class first?
Yeah, if you haven't taken the TMT, you'll want to take that first and then the TMT plus.
Okay. All right, so it'll come around again. This isn't a one-time shot.
No, yeah, the TMT plus will be coming around. Am I right on saying that, Angie? Reese and
They're
Angie?
just doing, this is their first TMT plus this year.
Mhm.
So I don't think we know, but I would imagine it's gonna keep happening.
Yeah, I guess I should say I'm assuming, but I'm thinking it is gonna keep happening like the TMT does. So we'll keep you posted on that, or you can reach out to us and check.
What is the TMT?
Sorry?
Teaching mathematical thinking.
Mm-hmm. And the teaching mathematical thinking is required for all teachers in Idaho, but the TMT plus is kind of an extension if you want to do more.
Okay, so one last question. Well, one question for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So on the building a thinking state, is that what that class is that you were talking about a minute ago?
Yeah, this is on that book, Building Thinking Classrooms. So
Okay.
it's just a book study on that. So you'll read and then talk about the chapters as you go.
And that's the one you were referring to when you were talking.
Yes.
Okay. So is this like, because you have multiple dates here, is this just a one-time thing or?
No, it'll be like, I'm kind of assuming this is what they'll do, but you'll probably, Marcy will probably assign, we're gonna read chapters 1 and 2 or whatever, and then that, then you'll come back and talk about them. And I think what it'll be is you'll read some and then come back and talk about it each time. So you will be you'll go to all of those classes.
I see. Okay. So you'll probably go to the first one and they'll say, okay, you're going to read this section. And then it's like, okay, now you're going to read this section.
Yeah, yeah,
Got it. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I also had a question, Carol.
Yes.
So while you're on the ISU page, can you go to where it talks about the stipend and the log for it real quick?
For ours,
Yes.
yes. I'm thinking this is it. Angie, do you know?
I think it's in the,
It was where you find the videos for.
yeah, I think it's in the,
collaboration. Okay.
Okay, so if you go up to the top on this one, where it says drop down for overview.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yep, and then
Oh,
stipend.
there it is. Okay.
So my question was, I had emailed you earlier. I don't know if I got a response or not, but for the 500 stipend, it mentions if you click on the link for stipend information and log, it talks about only
Yeah.
requiring 3 monthly sessions. Is that correct? Or do we have to go for all of them for the 500?
You know what? You asked me and I emailed back and I thought it was all, but maybe it's not. Angie?
I just wanted to
Okay,
double
it
check.
says 3, attend 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry. I emailed, I got it right before this and I wasn't sure and I threw it.
Oh,
I
it's
threw
fine.
it back at
Like
you,
I said, I hadn't
right.
looked at it either, so I was just okay. I was
Yeah,
checking.
sorry
Thank you
about
so
that.
much.
I was thinking, you know what? I was thinking for the 1,000. was
Okay.
that's what was in my brain. But yes, 3 is good. And like, we talked about, they are recorded, so you can kind of see those if you need to as well.
Right. Well, one of my biggest thing was I was trying to drive home in the weather today and I didn't know if I
Oh,
was going
yeah.
to make it on time or make it at all. So,
Yeah, and oh, yeah, it
Okay.
was crazy. So I apologize for messing up on that. I had
oh
it
no,
in
you're
my brain
fine.
that way.
Thank you so much.
You bet, you bet. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you so much. Please, please, please fill out the exit ticket if you will to help us improve our teaching with you guys. So fill that out for us and have a great rest of the month.
Bria, I know you had a question.
Yeah, hi. Okay. So I have a question about RTI. And we're kind of in an odd spot. And so I was wondering if I could explain to you what we're working with and then maybe have you tell me what you think we should do for the rest of the year to try and be as effective as we can with the way things are.
Okay.
Okay, so right now we have our core